Okay, welcome to today's How to Get Hot Leads 8.5 times faster workshop. This is a free workshop for local based business owners. If you are watching live on Facebook, welcome. And this is also going to be uploaded after it's done on YouTube. So, welcome, local based business owner. If you're watching this live or if you're watching a or a recorded version of this workshop is intended to give you some extremely valuable information about your digital first impression. So let's go ahead and let's get into the recording. I'm going to share my screen here so I can do the presentation. And we're going to get here. I'm going to move over. Okay, so this workshop is the three-step secret formula to getting hot leads that convert 8.5 times faster. In this free workshop, I'm going to simplify business success into two repeatable steps that we've learned that help us, just keep our head about ourselves in terms of how to succeed in business and make it, again, a little bit more simple. Share our three-step secret formula for getting hot leads and introduce you to our digital first impression, the 14 key elements, without wasting any of your time or money so that you can get more hot leads for your local business that convert 8.5 times faster. Leverage your time, save money, make more profit, and stop wasting time and money on marketing that doesn't work for your business. This is an incredible statistic that we are never not shocked by, but wish and hope it's better for you in the immediate future. Did you know that the average digital first impression score for local business owners is 37.4%? So we do a lot of digital first impression scores for local business owners all throughout the United States. So we keep statistics on the reports that we do on the 14 key elements that make up your digital first impression. And this is the average score. The reason why I share this with you is there is a massive opportunity for you to rise above that. It only takes you a brief amount of time, under 2 hours, to literally transform a score. And whichever score you have now, you can transform it and get it up into the 80, 90, and possibly a 100% almost immediately, like within hours. And that equals a massive opportunity for you to stand out among your competition in the areas where people are actively looking for what you sell. So, a quick introduction about me. My name is Scott Hill. I'm the founder of Market My Code. This is some of my team. We're really proud of these guys. These guys know our business. They know how to help local business owners. They know the software that we use and how to help you win. We've also helped over 700 clients, small business owners like you, and including really big clients like Grant Cardone and Bill Faith. Grant Cardone, you may know of as a big real estate guy. Bill Faith is also in real estate in the short-term rental space. He's a big industry influencer and does a big portfolio of short-term rentals himself. So let's simplify business success. On the surface, it's to make enough profit so you can pay your bills. So if I have a business and my business does not produce enough profit, not only to pay the bills of the business, but pay me enough to live my life, whatever I've designed as my life, if it can do that, then that's to me what business success is. But more detailed than that is what we've found in simplifying this process so that you can really keep your eye on the ball of creating the type of business that is elite. I mean, when we're talking about business success, what it means to us is really elite success that few businesses have. And uh, I was fortunate enough to be coached by a business coach at one point. And in an early conversation I had with him, he asked me, what I thought of myself, kind of question. And I said, as a business owner, I think I used the word entrepreneur. He goes, time out. We are not going to use that term until you have a business that works without you. And that business he defined as working without me was not only the process, the structure where my team could run the business without me, but it was also predictable growth where I was in this kind of loop that sort of created predictable growth. So let's go through it. Once you create your products and services, the idea is that you're going to serve a customer. And let's just start from the very beginning. You open a business the first day and you serve your first customer. That's what leads to this loop, this simple two-step loop that if you can master this, you can almost guarantee that your business will be one of those elite businesses. So you serve that customer the first time and then you get feedback from them. Traditionally, what we found is customers are a bit uncomfortable when you ask them for feedback while they're there. So what we advocate for is you wait until they leave, they take a deep breath, get in their car or whatever after you serve them, and then that's when you ask for feedback. You send them a text, you send them an email, and that feedback starts this loop, this two-step loop where it just goes over and over again, where based on whatever their feedback is, you get to serve your customer better. So if the feedback is great, they are they are giving you affirmation that your products and services are good. And so you keep serving each customer and getting feedback just to ensure that the services and the products that you sell serve the customer in a way that solves a problem. And so you serve the customer, but if you don't give that customer a good experience and you're in this loop, then you can get feedback and you can assess the situation and see if you need to serve the customer better by, tweaking your services or tweaking your product or tweaking your process, or there's an employee that is struggling or is leading to bad experiences. These are all the things you do when you simplify business in this way. So now let's get into the three-step secret formula to getting hot leads that convert 8.5 times faster. Now, to us, hot leads, what we've learned is hot leads are those people actively looking online for what you sell. So this is the three-step formula. When you have a customer, and you can start at any one of these three arrows, and it just goes round and round. So, start in any one of the three. So let's go ahead and start at the customer. You have a customer, you've served this customer. That customer is going to either build or hurt your reputation, or maybe keep it status quo if they do nothing. But when you serve the customer, the idea is that you are going to serve that customer in a five-star way, and more often than not, they are going to help you build your reputation either through telling other people about you in a positive way, or maybe giving you positive feedback, or giving you a five-star review or a really good review on one of the review engines like Google. Once you get a review like that in Google, that starts to build your reputation. When you build your reputation, if you participate consistently on Google, now what we talk about in building reputation is this active participation on these social media platforms. And a Google business profile, you have to look at it more like a social media profile or a social media platform, because Google wants participation back and forth. They want back and forth participation with visitors. So they want them engaging on your Google business profile, and they want you engaging on your Google business profile in several different ways. So if you consistently participate on Google Business Profile, then they're going to reward you with bubbling you up in the search results. And why is that? Because Google has a reputation itself. If I go to Google and I search on Google for whatever it is I'm looking for, and I have a bad experience, in other words, I don't get good results. The business I pick does not give me a good result. I do not have a good experience. Then I am less likely to trust Google to give me a result or get me the type of business I need the next time. If I continue to get bad results looking on Google, then I'm going to stop using that as a resource for me when I need something or I'm buying something. So Google depends on that. The only way they can ensure or really protect that you're going to have, or I'm going to have a good experience, is they are going to consistently show the businesses that give a good experience to their customers, those with high ratings, those with lots of ratings, but they're also going to reward businesses when all things are equal. They're going to reward the businesses that participate on their platform, because that is activity on Google's platform. And that's what they want. They want all of us on their platform as often as possible. So you build your reputation. When you do that, Google is going to put you on the top. And then when people are looking, over 80% of us are search and look on your reputation before making a buying decision. Once we see and we confirm that you are who we hope you are, that's going to lead to us and me engaging with that business, or consumers engaging with your business. That's a hot lead. Now, assuming you take care and nurture that hot lead turns into a customer, and that customer has an experience. And you ensure that experience by making sure they had a good experience and had a 5-star service, or got a product from you that they love, and then that's gonna continue to grow your reputation. If you get out of this loop, then you are in trouble when it comes to not only getting hot leads, but the health of your business. The longevity of your business depends on this three-step secret formula. Now, what are the bridges to each of these arrows? If we start at the reputation at the top, a great reputation, a great offer, a great first impression, and great participation, those collectively lead to hot leads. So if you are getting 5-star reviews, it's not enough to just have a couple of them. You have to consistently get 5-star reviews so that you can have a 4.5 plus star review or rating on Google. That great reputation, along with a great offer. Now, people misread or they misjudge what a great offer is. If I have the greatest steak in all of Nashville, that doesn't have to include a discount. If I offer such an experience that people will beat down my door for a chance to eat the steak that I make for them, then I don't need to have a discount. The offer is what it is. It's the best steak you're ever going to have in Nashville. Now, if you're in a more competitive space, or you haven't yet established yourself as the best steak in all of Nashville, and you're the guy who's trying to unseat the best steak in Nashville, and you think you've got it, chances are to get people to your steakhouse, you're going to have a great offer to get them there the first time. It's just too much competition. There's too many steak places around, too many of the type of business you have around. So you're going to have a great offer. It may change over time. The first time I go to the steak place that has 50% off a steak and I have it, and I can't sleep without thinking about my next steak at that place, I'm probably not going to need a 50% off coupon. I'm just going to go, and I'm going to pay full price because it's that good. So a great offer is important as a bridge. And then great first impression. There are 14 key elements that we're going to show you that make up your great first impression. And then great participation. Again, the back and forth with Google. If it's one-sided, you're not replying to leads that are left on your Google business profile. You're not engaging in posts regularly on your Google business profile. You are not doing those other things that are inside your Google business profile. Then Google is going to reluctantly show you. They won't enthusiastically show you in the results of the local business owners that compete against you. All right, so what's the bridge from hot lead to customer? It's great lead management and great lead conversion. So you have to be able to nurture the hot leads that you get in a way so they never fall through the cracks, and it leads to an outcome. As business owners, we all love yes and no's. Maybes are painful to all of us. But if you can get the yes and no's because you've nurtured them through the process, remember, they are 8.5 times more likely to convert and faster if they're getting you because they're actively looking online for you and you're showing up in the places where people actively looking are going. From customer to reputation, to finish this loop, it's a 5-star experience. You have got to deliver a 5-star experience so people are compelled to talk about you and leave you reviews. But you typically, customers will not just leave you a review. You have to ask them for it. But what we recommend is you ask for feedback first. Asking for feedback first allows you to intervene in case someone had a bad experience. So what we like to use the term is take the venom out of the snake. So if someone has a bad experience and they're stewing in their car and they're not sure what to do, they're getting ready to talk to somebody else who might have a little more vendetta in them than even that person does, and they're like, well, you need to tell somebody about it. If you got to them within a short amount of time after they left your business, within a half hour, and say, hey, I just wanted to ask you how your experience was, and they respond to you or don't respond to you, there are kind of some yellow flags that you can get from every single customer based on what they do or even don't do. So if you ask for feedback from every customer and a customer does not respond, you need to be cautious about that customer. Most customers who are overwhelmingly happy, they have a 5-star experience, have no problem giving you a text back, great, it went great. In our case, we use the NPS score framework. So we just ask a simple question, scale to 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend us to a friend? 10 being the most likely. If they leave you a 10, 9, or 8, you can feel good that this customer had a great experience, and that's when you can ask them for a review. If they don't say anything, no response, or they leave you less than an 8, then according to the NPS framework, this Net Promoter Score by Bain and Company, you have to take action. You have to protect your reputation. You also, as a business owner, you don't want to have people having bad experience. So you want to know why, and you want to reach out to them and offer to help. You're not always going to make it right. You're not always going to be willing to go as far as a customer wants to go for you to make it right. You have to make those choices. But the reality is, this is the 3-step secret formula. If you do it, you will create the kind of business that you hear about from people who are like, we don't do any advertising. This is why people don't do advertising, because they perfected this loop. It is literally the single most important and profitable marketing activity you will ever have. And we recommend that you do not spend a penny on marketing or advertising until you've got this dialed in. Because if you do, statistics already tell us what's going to happen. They're going to go research you. And when they research you, they're going to see the flaws. And that's when they're going to walk away. And you've spent money to get their attention, and then they verify the attention, and then they see that it's not worth doing business with you. So that's why this is so important. The opposite is true about what breaks this loop and breaks the arrow from one to the next. No or poor reputation, no or poor offer, no or poor first impression, and poor participation. Those are all things that are going to limit, if not completely eliminate, you getting hot leads from these channels where people are actively looking. If you let leads fall through the cracks, you don't have a system where you can keep them on the radar screen, or you can respond to them quickly, or you can do these things that are considered really solid lead management strategies, then you're going to have these leads fall through the cracks. And hot leads just don't, just show up and just throw money at you. That still means you got to serve them. They have questions they may have. You have to do quotes, or you have to serve them in a way that they turn into a happy customer. And then if they have a poor experience, or you don't ask for reviews, that is going to limit how fast and how powerful you can build your reputation, so that you continue to keep working on this loop until it's a habit and it's second nature. That's where you're going to get the power of consistent hot leads. So let's talk about your digital first impression. It's also called your online reputation. It's made up of 14 key elements. From us helping, as we said at the beginning, over 700 customers, and us really researching and diving into what it looks like, what your reputation looks like online, here's what we've learned. These are the 14 key elements. They all serve different purposes, but they are all giving an impression to the customer, essentially, whether you're going to transition them from stranger to trusting that you enough to buy something from you, to part with their most important, or it can be argued one of two most important assets: time and money. Customers, your hot leads, all your prospects have three assets. They have their information, so that if you're doing ads and you're maybe giving them a lead magnet or something, you're going to be asking them to part with some of their information, their name, their phone, or their or email address. That's one asset. The second asset is their time. You want them to schedule an appointment, an intro call, and then finally money. So time and money. The spectrum, is it's easiest to get one of those assets if if you've ever seen these lead magnets where it says first name and email. Those are the two easiest assets to get: first name and email. Then it starts to get a little more challenging with last name and with phone number. Phone number is an asset a lot of people really struggle to part with, so you're going to have something incredibly compelling to get the phone number. And if you get it, you can really consider it, a hot lead, or a qualified, at least someone who's interested. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what these 14 elements are. There are 7 of them on your website, 5 of them on your Google business profile, and 2 of them on your social media profiles. We normally look at a Facebook page. That's the largest social media platform, and really the one that has the most flexibility when it comes to business. Here's why it's so important. When someone hears about your business, what actually happens, and we may have talked about this, sorry about that. We may have talked about this, or I may have alluded to this, but statistics tell us that over 80% of us consumers use the internet to do research and check your reputation before making a purchase decision. So what we said before, if you're advertising or marketing, don't think that you're going to be able to sort of slide them under the radar, because if they hear about you from anyone or anywhere, be it an ad or a person or somewhere, statistics say they're going to go do the research first online because it's so easy to access it. And when they do it, if your digital first impression or online reputation isn't enough to give them the comfort level of know, like, and trust all at once, then or over a short period of time, or however long the sales cycle is before they start parting with those assets they have, then you're not going to get that hot lead. Here's what it leads to. This is your digital first impression score. When I said at the beginning that the average digital first impression score for local business owners is 37.4%, this is what we mean. These are the 14 elements. We hide these because this is part of the secret sauce that we as a business help you with. We help you fix it fast, but this is a free report. We do a video for you, and we will explain and share your personalized digital first impression based on all the experience that we've learned on what makes this digital first impression, and the 14 elements that it's included. And if this is the customer, so remember, the average score is 37.4. So we see a number of business owners with this percentage or less. The bad news is, if your digital first impression is 21%, you are not getting hot leads, and they are likely choosing your competition. Remember, they're there. They're looking for someone to solve their problem. They're looking for your services and products. And because your digital first impression is not dialed in, and you can easily fix this, if it's not up there, then that's when the customer will be like, we're going a different direction. And that's the great news. We can teach you, and you can learn how to fix your digital first impression in less than 15 minutes so that you can start getting hot leads instead of your competition. You may be asking your question, how can you fix it fast? And we've got some good news, so that you can go from whatever your score is to close to 100%, if not 100%. Get more hot leads without having to figure it all out yourself. All you got to do is go to marketmyco.com/get my score. It's actually a different page. We have one page. Once you get your score, you can schedule a 15-minute call so we can walk you through how to fix it. First, we do a video that you get your score. So when you go to this site, this webpage, marketmycom/get-my-score. It's going to look very similar. In fact, it has the same title, unless we've updated it over time, which is part of the training that we have. There's going to be an orange button at the top. That's where you're going to request your digital first impression score. So go to marketmyco.com/get-my-score, and we will create a 3 to 4 minute video that's going to explain your score and what you need to do. Some of the stuff in the video will be very similar to what you're hearing here, because we reinforce a lot of the same stuff, because it's the basics that matter in business, as you know, and making sure you create a habit for getting and keeping a elite digital first impression or online reputation. So let's review. In this free workshop, we hopefully simplified business success into 2 repeatable steps. We shared our 3-step secret formula with you, which was reputation, hot leads, customer, if you remember that. Okay. If you remember that, let's go back. The simplified 2 repeatable steps is serve the customer, right? Or get feedback, sorry, at the top, serve the customer better. Get feedback, serve the customer better. If you do that loop, you will simplify your business. So if you consistently make sure that each of those arrows that comprise that 2-step loop are never broken. Every time you serve a customer, you ask for feedback. Every time you ask for feedback, it allows you to dial in better or make sure everything about your experience is great. And then that turns into serving the customer better, and you ask for feedback. And it's just that loop to simplify business. You will continually iterate and optimize your products and services. Things change over time. People's pains change over time, and the solutions that you're going to have. You may find, simple, let's just stay with the steak analogy. You may find that people love your steak, and then 3 or 4 years, people are saying it's too salty. And so you can dial it back, because you continue to ask for feedback, and you're starting to hear that that's what's going on, because maybe people's tastes have changed. And instead of not asking, and you see people not coming back when they couldn't get enough of it, then because you were asking for feedback, you started to hear those things and make those changes, and you continued to serve the customer better. Then the 3-step secret formula, it's the reputation, the hot leads, and the customer, right? So you go through those 3 things and make sure those bridges are intact, so that you can cross and you keep that flow of that cycle going. And then we introduce the digital first impression. All of this is really built around having an immaculate, an elite 4.5 or better online reputation, so that you get access to these hot leads, these people. 80% of your customers are actively looking for you online, and they're doing it online because they're checking to see what you're all about. At this point, we have Q&A. I do not have any guests here with me, or we didn't invite anybody to join this webinar, so it's just me. So if you have questions, go ahead and write a comment in the Facebook post that you're going to see when you watch this, or if you're in YouTube, you can write a comment and question, and we will try to answer them. We can always answer questions if you go to marketmyco.com/get-my-score. You will see a chat widget in the bottom right-hand corner that you can use to ask a question if you want to, before you request your free digital first impression report. So do that too. We hope that you have really enjoyed this and gotten great value of it. I hope you can sense our passion. We are really passionate about helping local business owners dial in their digital first impression, so it makes business easier, because hot leads convert faster. They're more serious. They take action. The statistic, if you want to do your own research on how people searching for you can turn them into a customer faster, over 60, or I think it's 65, 70% of people who look online for a service in Google or Google Maps, whatever, take action that same day. So if you're not in front of them, you're going to lose them. And that's not what we want. So I hope you had hope you got a lot of value of this. Please, please take to heart like the average score. Your score it actually and likely has some pretty probably serious flaws in it that you need to correct immediately. So go ahead and get your score. It's free. We don't bite. The next step after the score is scheduling a 15-minute business accelerator call, as we call it, so that we can teach you how to fix it and you can fix it fast. We look forward to talking to you again, and take care. Have a great day.